Isn't this so cute? It was so much fun to make and so easy. I'll show you how. Okay, so here's what you're gonna need. I bought all my supplies at the dollar store. So first I took some tin foil and I shaped it around my glass jar using some hot glue. And I just continued that all the way around, making sure that I left a space for a window. You're gonna wanna take some tin foil and glue it onto your jar in long strips, top to bottom, all the way around. Make sure that you leave some of the tin foil over the top edge of your jar. See how I'm leaving some at the top? You're gonna want that just for an interesting edge. So next you're gonna wanna work on your tree roots. So I took some tin foil and rolled it up, and then I take it and I press it up against the jar where I want it to be attached, just so that it forms a bit of a dent. Then I take it away and I put hot glue on the dent that's been formed, and then I stick it back on my jar. Okay, so this is what it looks like, all covered in tinfoil. Okay, so next is the modeling clay. I found it to be really fun to work with, super easy. It stuck to the tinfoil really nicely, and so I just covered the entire tree stump with the modeling clay. I recommend putting your stump on a piece of hard cardboard while it's drying, so that when you're working on it afterwards, when you're painting, that you don't break off something by accident, because it can be a little delicate. If that does happen, don't get too upset, because I'm pretty sure that you could just kind of glue it back on with your hot glue. So I want to make sure that the clay is pressed down really well, and I'm taking my thumb and I'm just smoothing it out and actually making some interesting ridges for the bark. So now I'm going to work on the tree root, and I just take some clay and I pinch it very gently over the tinfoil root, and then I smooth it in so it sticks really well to the rest of the stump. Okay, so let's start on the top edge of the stump. You're going to want to take some clay and we're going to pinch it onto the existing tree stump, and then we're going to kind of make it so that the top edge is very uneven. Ah, looks good. All right, let's work on that window. We'll tidy it up a bit and add a windowsill. Okay, so now we're going to stick some of that fungi on the side of our stump. Okay, let's tidy this up, and then we're gonna take an old palette knife and we're gonna make some lines for our bark. Okay, this is looking terrific. So we put lines all around my trunk and across the top as well, and on my tree roots. It's gonna look great. Okay, so now we let it dry completely. It's normal for air dry clay to crack. That's okay. It's gonna add character to your stump. Okay, I really enjoy this. The painting part is so much fun. First, we're going to use brown. All right, so here's a sample of the fungus that you would find growing on the side of a tree. I pulled this off of an old dead birch tree, and the dome side is normally on the top, and as you can see, it's beige brown, but I am going to paint mine red on my stump today. I'm also going to add a little bit of pink. I'm going to add pink to the underside of my mushrooms growing on the side of the stump, and I'm going to paint the windowsill with pink. Whoops, close up of the bottom. Oh, here we go. So after I paint everything pink, I go back over it with some brown and some white while it's still wet to give it a nice color. You'll see. Don't forget the bottom. So you see, I'm adding white, but I'm also leaving a little bit of the pink as well. Whoopsie, sorry. Here, there you go. Now you can see it. Okay, so now I'm using a gold enamel craft paint. I think you could use any kind of gold paint. Acrylic would work wonderful. And as well, you can skip this step if you don't have the gold paint. But I like the nice gold shiny colors, so I'm going to use some gold paint all the way around my stump. You want to make sure that you leave some of the brown. So it's almost like a dry brushing that you're doing, because you don't want your stump to be completely gold. You want some of those lines, the nice dark lines, and you want some brown, just like that. Ooh, shiny. So let's add some Mod Podge to the tops of our mushrooms so that they're nice and shiny too. Craft paper. I have so much. I'm going to go through and find what I think would look good inside the stump. I think I like this one. Okay, so stick that piece of paper in there and then do a little snip at the top edge. Pull it out, and you're gonna want to cut a little bit below that because you want it to sit in and you want it to fit just underneath your clay, just like so. Look at my big jar of flowers. I think I'm gonna pick these nice purple ones and I'm going to glue them along the bottom part of my stump. A little bit of hot glue, and then we'll just put those on there. And there. Looks good. And there we have it. Our tree stump all done. Looks pretty good. I had so much fun making it. I hope you had fun too.